Back at the Big T and back to the Standside track once again after a week of excitement that culminated, of course, last Saturday. We did race on the Standside track once again, midweek Tuesday, good racing then. But the Betway Summer Cup 2024 would live long in the memory and part of the presentation team on that day. And now back to his comfort zone is Daryl Marie. It was a day that will live long in the memory, and of course, we didn't do quite well as far as the bottom line is concerned. Hopefully, you can help us put that to right. But welcome, and looking forward to twilight racing. There's something about night racing.
Yeah, I didn't do well out at the Vol either.
Yes.
On Thursday.
So
it hasn't been a
Your favorite
great
track,
week.
the Standside track, and you
Yeah.
always like this. You like both tracks.
I do, but we're
Yes.
back at turffontein.
Yes.
No excuses now. Home ground advantage.
Yes.
So the opening leg of the bipod, I think the favourite's far too short in the market. Maverick Queen, nice enough debut, bred speed on speed. Was against the boys in open company, now against the fillies. The winner didn't disgrace itself.
Pennsylvania.
Post-maiden in his handicap. He ran fifth, I think. The runner-up got left with Oisin Murphy. Just behind her was Spy Story. Indirectly, I think a good couple of starts next or thereafter. He ran second yesterday or Thursday at the Vol. So I'm a little bit hesitant. I think she's too short, but she's got a lot of scope for improvement. The filly I'm leaning towards is number 2, Kamati River. Now, her debut effort, that form line's really holding up well. Then she was well beaten by Willie Meet again. We know what she's gone and done. The Xantha run is also respectable. I like that effort. And then last time out,
Schwarzenegger coming out of that form line.
yes,
as well.
Schwarzenegger. And then last time out, she was drawn on the wrong side of the track. So Kamati River is going to be my top pick of year. I didn't even go only the two of them. I included number 6 over here, Cherry O Baby. Now, we can recall there was support for on debut because of the strength of the field, but she fluffed her lines at the start, and it's never easy to get left on debut and pick it up thereafter. Then her second start was over a mile, so I'm willing to excuse her of that effort. She's been rested. Mr. De Kock gets him fit. So I think extremely well bred. I wouldn't be shocked to see her feature in this lineup. So 3 numbers in the opening leg, 2, 6 and 8.
And it is pretty inexpensive, 48 Rand. That is the total outlay to that bipod. Beyond by the start of race 2, and that is 20 minutes to 4. On we go with the show. That is turffontein previewing the Standside meeting, which commences at 3:05 on Saturday afternoon. Now, commencing in race 3 will be the PA, and that's an off time of 4:15. Unfortunately, what was a small field of 6 is now cut down to just 4 runners, with the scratching off numbers 4, Ronda Bosch, and the 6 Bosom Buddy, who was really edging closer and closer to that next winner. But would it have beaten what is a very short priced, newly turned 3-year-old? This is a seasonal debut for the one Cosmic Speed, who was last seen running in that group feature at Greyville on Gold Cup Day, and that was 5.35 lengths behind VJ's Angel. That is going to be your favorite at 7-20. 2-1 is the 2 Kimrick, the 3 Edward Rye, 15-2, and also 15-2 fell outside of the 5 French Bolt. Now, that is the betting. Let's hear your thoughts on Cosmic Speed, irrespective of the size of field, but your thoughts on a 3-year-old career.
I think he's going to go on with it. I really look forward to following his racing career. I think he's a lovely sort, Cecil. Now, straight from his maiden victory, they put him in the deep end in the gold medallion, grade 1. Cracking second behind Proceed, and then he got the better of Proceed at Greyville. So Cecil, that was in the grade 2. I think this horse has got cracking form. That was in the Golden Horseshoe when he beat Proceed. Cecil, last time out, you can just excuse him for that effort. The mile might have been the reason for that below par effort, but in this sort of lineup, where he's got the beating of Simric behind Proceed in the gold medallion, and comfortably at that, I'm going into this race very bullish, despite knowing his well-being, because he has been off the track for a good couple of months. But I don't see him coming off the bits in this lineup. Listen, I'm not going to be backing him, but I'll be disappointed if he doesn't win.
So that is number one. Cosmic Speed does look one of the outstanding bets of the off. Not so much bets, but one of the shoe-in winners, and that is your banker in leg one of our PA. 14:15, 16:15 rather. 4:15 is the off time to race number 3. So be on. It could be a wonderful afternoon and evening's racing. All right, so we've got an interesting race for the betting as far as the top three are concerned in that first leg of the pick six. It is a play soccer 610 and a 13 maiden plate over the 1800 meters. You're watching Weighted to Win, looking ahead at the Twilight Racing on Saturday at Turffontein, proudly brought to you by Betway, recent sponsors of the Summer Cup 2024 and proud sponsors of the Betway PSL. Now, the favorite is the 2 Ichacha at 9 to 10. It was 5 to 2 about the 3 Serrano, and the 4 Santiago's Pride was at 33 to 10. Is it a fight between those three? Betting is on the mark.
I don't really give Santiago's Pride a chance of here strictly because of collateral form. Cecil, if you have a look, Santiago's Pride only beat Light in the Storm by 4 lengths last time out. And Light in the Storm has met Ichacha twice previously and beaten 7.5 lengths and 9 lengths. So if you're using Light in the Storm as a line horse, I think Santiago's Pride is held by a good couple of lengths. Listen, I wouldn't be shocked to see him win because I had my life on him last time out, and you know what happens. They win next time. But yes, on form, he's held. Now, Ichacha, very disappointing in that he hasn't won to date. I mean, everyone expected him to win when he ran second behind Heather's Boy. You know who ran third in that race was Dance King, won by many lengths next time out. Fourth was Hair Trigger, won by many lengths next time out. But I think
and
the key...
Hair Trigger's running on Saturday.
Yes. I think the key could be the fitment of the tongue tie. Maybe, I mean, last time out, he loomed up as if he is going to win by 4 or 5 lengths, and he just stopped to a walk in the latter stages.
And he seemed to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see if the tongue tie can do the trick. I make him the one to beat. But I think Serrano has to be taken very seriously over here. You know, he's been 1700 in the past, and that was before he was gelded. Now he's since being gelded, that return was a lovely effort. He was dropped in quietly from the worst of the draws, stayed on starkly up the straight. I had a look at his breeding. He's half sister by Soft Falling Rain, 1/1800. And he's half sister by Pomanda. Remember Pomanda? She won over 2000.
Vaguely remember.
I think she started with the cock and then ended up with Boertis, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
yes. Was there some yellow silks? Yellow and the silks?
Yes. Yeah. But that form line didn't really stand up with Chabal at the ball on Thursday. But I think that was a soft return. So 2 and 3 for me to fight it out. Fourth, I think looks like Santiago's Pride could fill that position.
So it is a 2, 3, and a 4.
Yeah, but I've only included 2 and 3.
Thank you very much. There it is. And it is an outlay of 768 Rand at the last 2 legs. Obviously, if you get a 2 race number 8, you are beginning to feel a lot more comfortable. And I'm sure that is the case on Saturday. And Field in the very last, calling for the biggest outsider to come through. All right, so we move on to the first leg of the first jackpot. It is a 9-race program, so it'll be back-to-back commencements of those 2 jackpots. Race number 5 is a Racing 244 Racing. It is a merit rated at 76, and they're going over the staying trip of 2,400 meters. A field of 7 runners are set to face up, and just having a look at the early indicators in the market for favoritism. Is going to be tied between a last time out winner from the Terry stable, that is number 2 to the rescue, and also the 6 Damuva, that is also pretty short, as is the recent maiden winner, the 4 Clear the Pathway. But it is to the rescue, who has now been shortened into 18 to 10, the 6 Damuva 24 to 10, Clear the Pathway 3 to 1, and also nibble at the 3 Royal Mazarin into 15 to 4, as is the case with the Alistair Cohen 1 Banner Bridge into 6 to 1. Double figures about the last 2, 7 and 8, 17 to 1 and a 22 to 1. So they are not given any sort of a chance.
No. Well, I've only given 2 horses a chance of
yes.
If anything else wins, I'm out my pick 6 and my jackpot.
Okay.
I went numbers 2 and 3. Now, number 2 to the rescue. Yes, he's taken quite some time to get to what he's achieved to date. I mean, we expected more from him, Cecil. But I think they finally worked out how to ride him. He needs to go forward. He's extremely one-paced. Now, take note, I don't know if you mentioned it, but he is being fitted with blinkers again.
No, I haven't actually
Yeah.
seen the latest
So
change.
the blinkers
Thank you very
do go
much.
back on.
Yes.
And he has worn blinkers in the past. But on those two occasions, they never went to the front with him. So I'm really keen to see how he goes with the blinkers, because he's no doubt a
Yes,
better
indeed.
sort when ridden positively. I like his chances a lot. However, I've backed him up with Royal Mazrin. Now I've got a preference for Royal Mazrin over Demover from the Joe Soma yard. You can see I thought that was a decent return in his penultimate start. He was off for quite some time when running second to Demover. Then last time out, well beaten beyond To the Rescue, but that was his second run after a rest. Now he's having his peak run, it says, and have a look. He loves turffontein. I mean, course and distance is ideal for him. He's just going to probably slot him behind To the Rescue, and I expect them to fight it out. I'm not looking past the two of them.
2 and a 3. That is the 2 To the Rescue and the 3 Royal Mazrin, and of course Mr. Chase Mojan. 6 rides, 2 wins, a second, a third, and a fourth. What more can you want from the returns as far as the jockey and the horse are concerned? That is the first leg of Jackpot 1. All right, so now we're getting into that second jackpot. It is starting with race number 6. Now, race number 6, it is a teaser. The title alone tells you that this year, destination Northern Free State Racecourse Val, and it is for the 2024 renewal of the WSP Grand Challenge. It is on the 21st of December. This is a mare rated 96, and field of 8 face up. And the 4 Command Pilot from the very red hot stable of Mr. Alec Laird is into 24 to 10. The 2 Wafif is into 3 to 1. This has been a constant support because overnight I had seen something like 9 to 2 about Wafif. And then you're looking at the 5 Southern Blaze. That is at 33 to 10, also from the Pedigree stable. In fact, a former stable companion to the 2 Wafif, who used to be with 2 Pedigree. It is 5 to 1 and a better bar those. All right, Command Pilot. It seems to edge closer, but sometimes when you think it is the right day to follow up, it just seems that something goes wrong.
Sure. Many thought it was the right day for him last time. I mean, look how he was backed
Yeah.
in the market. They were taking 8 to 10 race time. I think a lot of people were bullish because in his penultimate start, when returning from the rest,
Yeah.
it was a cracking effort behind Marauding Horde. He had Atarime, a good couple of lengths behind him on that occasion, who came out and got touched off in the Betway consolation.
Yeah.
Some consolation. Then last time out, Cecil. They tried him with cheek pieces. Now you can see those are removed after one run. So I don't know if that was the reason for his disappointing effort or if it was the second run after a rest. But the fact is, Alec Laird's yard is now turned in a big way. So although he's held on paper by Wafif, I think he's way better than that effort, and I think he'll set the record straight with Wafif. So 2 kg swing in his favour, peak run, small field, he won't be too far off them turning for home. Very, very strong winning chance. Number 4, Command Pilot. The horse I backed him up with actually got beaten by a horse who Command Pilot beat in his penultimate start, and that's Sugar
Quartermain.
Blast.
Oh, Sugar Blast. That is Quartermain.
And yes, and
Read you like a book there. Huh?
so now I don't know if you recall when Quartermain came to the Highveld.
Yes.
Robin Clausen was interviewed, and she had high expectations for the son of Erupt. She thought she had really something decent on her hands. It was a nice effort, local effort, and then 2 somewhat dismal starts, coupled with the fact that he was troublesome at the start. But last time out, they fitted him with earmuffs, and you can see the proof is in the pudding that he was just touched off. Another stride, and he's the winner on that occasion. I think Robin's now figured him out, and she's got him back to what she knows he's capable of. So I'm expecting numbers 4 and 7 to fight it out of ESS.
Jackpot 2, 4 and 7 for Mr. Marie Command Pilot and Quartermain. Last word.
I just want to add something for
Yes.
trifectas and quartets. Have a look at number 8, Professor Snape. He actually ran behind Command Pilot on the 22nd of June, and he's as much as 6 kilograms better off. So don't discount his chances for those two bets I mentioned.
All right, so 4 and 7, and do not ignore an improving number 8, Professor Snape from the Johan Janssen van Vuren stable. Right, it doesn't end with jackpots. You've got to pick 3 to start at the last one of the evening, and that starts in race number 7. And this 7th on the afternoon or early evening is off at 18:30. It's a merit-rated 80 handicap, and we drop to a 1400-meter distance. And just having a look at the betting for race number 7. The favoritism is with the 7-head trigger. You did hear the name mentioned earlier on in our previews with Mr. Marie. That is that 3-1 in the colours of Mr. B.J. Moore. Number 8, Lebethio. Very good comeback run last time out. Is at 4-1 the 5 Rattlebag. 9-2, 5-1 the 4. Press on regardless. 11-2 and a better bar those quoted runners. Must be said, a very competitive race, number 7. Even though we've taken out number 6, Laughing William, that'll be a scratching.
Once again, I've only got 2 horses in pick 6 in the jackpot of Cecil, and none of them happen to be the top 3 in the market.
That's nice. That's nice.
I've gone with numbers 2 and 4.
Uh-huh.
Now, let's touch on the current favorite Hair Trigger. You can see both Hair Trigger and Press On Regardless ran behind Dirt with Diamonds in last time out.
Yes.
Or not last time out, but recently.
On the 19th of October.
So, now, if you have a look at Press On Regardless, he gave Dirt with Diamonds 2.5 kilograms, right? He gave her 2.5 kilograms, whereas Hair Trigger was in receipt of 3.5 kilograms. So I'm working out that based on that, I have a preference for Press On Regardless. Now, last time out, yes, it was a disappointing effort, but the son of Lancaster Bomber's a galloper. He needs to get handy to be seen at his best. I'm not worried about the wide draw. Diego, it said he came out a little bit while he was behind them last time out. He wasn't able to use his stride. Diego from a wide draw is going to bounce him and get on the front foot early. And he can keep galloping. I think he's, prior to his last start, his form was very consistent. So I like number 4's chances. But there you got his biggest danger in number 2, Foster Nova, who's got a sweet draw in Stallgate number 1. Marco van Rensburg can just come out softly and place him according to the pace. Put a line through his last 2 starts. He was hopelessly out at the weights on both occasions. He's going to strip fitter. He's got the draw. He's got a very confident jockey in the irons to assist him. And he's back in a handicap. So a lot is in number 2's favour, Foster Nova. Let me just, there's one other horse I wanted to touch on. Listen, if number 9 wins here, I'm not going to be a happy man. New Mexico. He's stuck me out his last 2 starts.
The last time he was just a handful.
There's something wrong.
Yeah. 2 and 4. Those are the ones to be with, Mr. Marie. And the value certainly would be there with number 2, Foster Nova, and the 4, Press On Regardless. Okay, so Fillies and Mares 93. So we've got some very competitive racing, and this is the Fillies and Mares 93 over the 1160. And at the top of the board's a runner that made a satisfactory return to racing after a bit of a break, and that is a Mike de Kock trained number 6, Calantha. That is at 2-1. Looking at number 2, and that is Francine, highly regarded, 11-4. Number 9, We Will Rock You, is at 7-2. It is 7-1 and a better bar. Those a nice race, Mr. Marie. We Will Rock You. I had temporarily forgotten We Will Rock You, and then as the money came in the last time out of the Val, I looked back after that first runner behind Pinatubo. Went to Scottsville, of all places, when we thought we would actually get a good price here, because it was the 21st of March, I remember the first run, and just couldn't get through, and was supposed to be a winner on the first time of asking.
That was on the inside track.
Yes, indeed.
She absolutely took off.
Yes.
Yeah. Cecil, I'll be the first to admit I'm not really a fan of her latest form line.
Yeah.
But I have been impressed with her 2 starts since the rest. I think the rest did her the world of good. She flew up in her penultimate start. Last time out, she won with a lot in hand. It was tight for her on that inside running rail. And when she got the split, Marco never moved on her. He just sat still. I mean, so she could be better than her current rating, and she's lightly raced. So I included her. I also included her stable companion, and that's number 10, Kings Again. Now, Louis A. Stone Klapo, 52 on the right side of the track. This filly's got a lot of pace. She may be looking for further in time to come, but we haven't seen the best of her. So I threw her into my pick six and my jackpot. Now the two fillies I've got a preference for come from the same form line in Calantha and Francine. Now, if you recall, weighted to an preview for Francine's last effort, we expected her to be ridden more positively, and that was the case. She came out running. She's now having her peak run, and you know what? Her rating plummeted right down to an 89. So I'm not concerned whatsoever that it was bumped up 2.5 kilograms. I think she's better than her current mark of 94. In that race that she beat was Calantha, who was returning from a lengthy layoff. And now Calantha's 1.5 kilograms better off, and she's fitter. But I'm still leaning to Francine as the likely winner out of the two of them, or in a match race between them. So I'm going 2, 6, 9, and 10 in that order. I nearly bank at Francine in my doubles.
Okay, Francine is certainly impressive last time, as was the stable confident on that occasion. All right, so we're looking ahead to bringing the curtain down on racing at 20 minutes to 8, and it is the Speedsters once again. Beg your pardon, it is race number 9. It is the Speedsters 1160, and this time it is a lower handicap, fillies and mares at 75. Yeah, very, very competitive indeed. What you may lack in the quality that is seen in race number 8, you do have it in the form of the competitive edge that it will be that'll be seen there. But the likes of Dancing Dora 17 again will be with those who are supposed to be the supporting cast to race number 9. Favoritism is with the 2 Fastnet filly, who impressed all and sundry on Charity Mile Day and came through from the stable of Brett Crawford. First run on the high felt 33-10. Number 11 Twice as Wild. Into 9-2 the 5 Quasicat. 5-1. That is also a nibble in inward move for 5 Quasicat. It's 13-2 and a better bar those. Well, again, yesterday we were treated to, that's his Thursday, to what could be a very, very useful sprinter. I don't know if you heard James Crawford's interview when going as far as saying the best horse I've ever trained.
Yeah,
and
wow.
What we see at home, I mean, it's just something that is harder to put in words.
And it sounds like they're very upbeat in wanting to take on Dice in the computer form sprint.
Well, the young man, yes, I think what I would sort of temper it down by saying the way this horse is going, the rate of development, it could be right up there with the Dice, is what James would have said. I'm not saying I would have misinterpreted totally, but that's the things you aspire to, multiple Grade 1 winner.
Well, James has worked with a lot of top horses, so the fact that this horse gives him goosebumps says it all. Cecil, I think this is the toughest race on the card. You can see my pick six and my jackpot 2. I went to the field, so I am looking for a result. Maybe that comes in the form of number 9 Glawari. Take note, she's been fitted with blinkers, and she's come down to a very winnable mark in my mind. But I just suggested an each way bet in the last race. I'm hoping that number 4 One Party can fill the frame, if not win. Now I'll tell you why. In her last start, she was drawn on the right side, and it was the wrong distance for her. 1,000 meters is too quick for her. Now she's drawn on the right side, and it's 1160. I think it's a more favorable distance for her. She might even go 1,400 in a mile to come, but I think the pace is on the outside. You got Twice as Wild with no mass. So she's going to go up front, and I think One Party could really get a nice toe through, and things could work out in running for her. So let's hope she can fill the frame. Quasicat, that form line has really stood up nicely. I think she was a fortunate winner in that Bourbon Reserve, hung towards the inside. But also a bus stop in Hounslow came out to win from there, and he ran a very promising third.
Behind Schwarzenegger.
Behind Schwarzenegger.
To go past, it looked like it was ready to go past.
Yeah, so like I say, difficult race to end off proceedings. Maybe One Party can do it for us.
All right, and I think Mr. Marie, if he's still running in his pick six and his followers, may they say worst of luck to anybody who is on the favorites.